Hi, it's Miss Pritzel, and I am book talking what I would call a psychological thriller. So if you are into mystery, suspense, thrillers, this would be for you. So it's called Pretend She's Here by Luanne Rice. I believe this is based off, like the author got the idea from a true news story. So our main character is Emily, and Emily is dealing with the loss of her best friend who died in the past year. And her best friend Lizzie's family has moved away. So when Emily, and this is very beginning of the book, when Emily sees Lizzie's family in the cemetery, she runs to them. She's like, like to embrace them and stuff like that, only to be kidnapped by them. And she is forced to play the role of Lizzie. And you're like, well, how can they do that? And that's why I call it psychological. There's a lot of mind games in this in order to make Emily pretend to be Elizabeth. Actually, like especially Mrs. Porter, Lizzie's mom, she is not just wanting Emily to pretend. She wants she wants Emily to become Elizabeth. It gets very confusing in that respect. I found that this was just a fascinating book to me. Emily does her best to follow rules, and people are like, after it's over, people are like, why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that? And you don't understand the psychological, like the threats and stuff like that, and what they did to her to make her comply throughout this whole thing. So this was just, like I said, fascinating to me. Like I said, I think it's going to appeal to people who like mystery suspense thrillers, but I also think it's going to appeal to people who like realistic stories about crimes and their aftermath, because we are dealing with it. Like, for example, Lizzie comes from a family where there's the parents and her and a younger sister, Chloe, because Chloe is complicit in this, but Chloe's only 13 too. So you got to think, like, is she really, like, how complicit can she be? And then, Emily comes from this family she's one of 7 kids, just a big boisterous family, and she's the youngest too. Like I said, I just enjoyed this book. This book was recommended to me by a student. I had seen it before, because when she came and said, oh, this is a really good book, Miss Pretzel, got to read it. So shout out to Petra for recommending this, because I really did enjoy it. So once again, if you are a mystery thriller fan, this is a great choice. If not, if something else is your cup of tea, I'll help you find it. I love to do that. Have a fantastic day and keep on reading.